e-businesslife Limited held its annual Girls in ICT Day celebration on the 9th of May 2024. The ITU championed event, commemorated worldwide on the fourth Thursday in April, had partners celebrating under its global theme, Leadership. Encouraging the over 100 girls from selected schools in Lagos and Ogun State was the EVC of the NCC, Dr. Aminu Maida. In a keynote address, charged the girls to dare to be different, embrace STEM careers, and emulate successful women thriving in the field. The EVC was ably represented by Nnenna Okoha, the Deputy Director at the NCC.
You should learn to wish yourself well. Are you hearing me? You should learn to wish yourself well. Huh? Whether you like it or not, you're going to be leaders of the Nigerian ICT industry. A round of applause for yourself. Technology, from communication to healthcare, education to entertainment, has emerged as a primary catalyst for advancement and growth. Nonetheless, despite the significant progress we have achieved, there's a noticeable gender gap in the ICT sector. The global underrepresentation of women in STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, is worrisome. And that is why we have gathered you people here to educate you, to encourage you to take a career or to take careers in ICT. In Nigeria, like many other countries, the representation of girls and women in the field of ICT is relatively low. Women account for only 30% of the total workforce in the Nigerian telecommunications industry, according to a report by the Nigerian Communications Commission in 2019. This indicates that there is room for improvement in terms of gender diversity and inclusion in the ICT sector in Nigeria.
Also speaking at the event was the representative of the DG of NITDA, Jumoke Alaka, and other leading women in the ICT sector, who shared insights into opportunities within the sector and the journey into leadership.
Assignments, you have things to do. So you pick out the positive side, you can use ChatGPT, but we all know the bad ones. Stay away from it. Don't get too addicted. When we were younger, there wasn't technology like this, so we played with our friends. We're always outside playing, So try to cultivate your social life outside technology. But guess what? When you want to learn, then you stick to technology. Make sure it's adding value. Make sure you're getting something out of it. Don't spend hours and hours watching YouTube, random things on YouTube that will not even add value to you. Guess what? It's doing something to your brain. It's depleting something in your brain. It's not helping you in any way. Guess what? In school, you see your grades drop because you are focusing on the wrong things, and the brain will show, If you want to be smart, guess what? We even need to go back to reading hard copy. Like I try to encourage my child to read the books, because once she reads the Kindle, once she reads the books on the device, 2 minutes or 3 minutes she's distracted, she'll switch to another app. So I don't even allow her to read the electronic books. Read the hard copy, so for that time you're focused and you're getting out of it. For parents, we need to put parental control on all the devices in the house, including yours. Because guess what? Every time my child grabs my phone and all that, I always have to check, because before you know it, something might pop up. So block all the sites you don't want to pop up on your child's device. Put everything in place. Put PIN numbers. Put things, because we don't know, like she said, things pop up every now and then. Ads pop up. Roadblocks. Adults get on the kids' game and they chat with children. I saw a post of it on Instagram. So I took out roadblocks on all devices in my house.
You have a huge opportunity, not because of the fact that you are here, but because of the fact that you get enlightened into choosing the right path on time, you will not waste time like I did, right? So I studied banking and finance, but I had a flair for tech. Like, I was the type of person that would stay up all night trying to figure out, oh, what latest software to download on my system, okay, what does this software, how does this software work, and all of that. And I remember when I was in university, my inquisitiveness also got me looking out for new stuff. And I remember a friend of mine came to the hostel. I said, oh, my laptop is faulty. Oh, something happened to my laptop, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, what is the problem? And she told me, oh, she was trying to put it on and it kept looping. And I just went on Google and I typed how to fix a boot loop. And I fixed it. And I told her, give me 500 there. And that's how we started. I started collecting money from people. Like, my room was known as the computer repair room. Not because I knew I went to school. I didn't go to school to study this. Everything was online. And that is the privilege that you all have. The fact that everybody has a phone, right? Okay, majority of you have access to a phone, right? Yes. Perfect. How many of you have TikTok? I know all of you. You are TikTok generation. Most of the time, you all spend on TikTok. You can spend on YouTube. Not watching a movie, but learning. And that is the beauty of tech. Curiosity. That is what got me where I am right now.
I would say I was more of a tech person in secondary school, but it wasn't so obvious because when you have counseling, I eventually studied medicine, which I later got to fall in love with. And not long into my stay in medicine, I realized that technology was one of the things I was very interested in. I also realized I was good at so many other things because the program we're looking at, I designed it as a graphic designer. And then I also did music, I did dance, I did so many other things. And I realized that after secondary school, you can keep exploring and changing. So going back to my health hub, I decided to find a way to bring technology into medicine. How many of you order food from your home sometimes, or your parents just order food and use Glovo, Jumia, and all that? And I thought about it, okay, how can technology influence healthcare, especially in Nigeria? And I know that for those of you who have gone to government hospitals where I worked, you have to get there very early, sometimes like 6 o'clock, and this need to queue to get your card to register. And then the doctors, they are so tired by the time they see you, they're ready to just spend 5-10 minutes and they are done and they are stressed out, going again to for the next consultation, unless you can afford the private hospital and pay the lot. So my health hub basically was a way of making healthcare accessible to everybody from the comfort of their homes. The same way you can order food on Glovo, you can actually go on your smart devices and talk to a doctor. And not just talk to a doctor, you can actually get a consultation from other people, physiotherapists, pharmacists. You can get your drugs delivered to you in your house.
The event also had panel discussions on the gains and challenges of technology as moderated by Louisa Olaniyi. Quiz and vlogging competition with prizes awarded to the top 3 schools.
All right, so your own opinion, how has technology influenced the lives, your life? I mean, I want us to be particular. You're putting us, giving us yourself as a case study. How has it influenced what you do and your studies and all of that?
Technology has caused both social and behavioral problems. It has made it easier for students to access a wide range of topics. The internet has provided a lot of platforms for learning, research, and self-improvement, allowing youth or students to access educational resources and stay connected to their global events.
Interesting. Before we move on, I want us to have a general consensus. Do you think the internet is good or bad? Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10. Good? How many percent? 4% good. How many percent bad? Really? If you believe it's so horrible and it's not something we should have in our lifetime? Let me see your hand up. So where did the 4 come from, or the 3? Okay, but that's your opinion anyway. You're going to tell us why that is. So let's get your perspective on the same question I asked her. Give us an introduction of who you are, your school, and then demonstrate as quickly as you can.
My name is from Girls In ICT. Access of information technology allows youth, students, and children to find required information, learn marketable skills, and be heard by others. I want to relate it to us as students. Today, the advancement of technology has helped us in our learning in the classrooms and how we find questions or how we give to answers.
Earlier on during the welcome address, the convener and CEO e-businesslife Limited, Mrs. Ufoma Daro, appreciated all the sponsors for keeping up with supporting the initiative, stressing the need for more to be done at closing very significantly the digital divide.
Our very wonderful sponsors, the Nigerian Communications Commission. I think we should give them a standing ovation because they have never stopped sponsoring this event. They are the ones that make it possible every year. Shall we stand up and give them an ovation? We are not doing it, so clap very well. Thank you very much. You can sit down. Sit down. There are girls, if you go to our website, you see some of our testimonies there. There are girls that have studied ICT, that are still studying, and although unfortunately working outside the country, but we know one day they are going to come back and make Nigeria proud. Some of them said they decided to study ICT after attending Girls in ICT. And I think that has encouraged us to continue. I'm sure some of you today, by the time we leave here, you want to also consider careers in ICT.
This year's theme for the Girls in ICT Day celebration is leadership. According to the ITU, it is to underscore the critical need for strong female role models in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM careers.